South Framingham's Tribune building, located in the Irving Square Historic District, was originally constructed in 1892 for the Framingham Tribune newspaper. Presently on the National Register of Historic Places, the building is now home to 53 recently renovated affordable housing units for seniors and people with disabilities. The Organization Preservation of Affordable Housing, or POA, acquired the apartments in 2013 and this past December celebrated the renovations with Framingham Mayor Yvonne Spicer, state representatives, tenants, and business leaders by cutting the celebratory red ribbon. Attendees toured the apartments with upgraded kitchens, bathrooms, and more.
Mass Housing has been involved in 20 multifamily housing transactions over the years with POA and have created or preserved over 2,500 units of critically needed affordable housing. I'd also like to thank our partners in the Baker-Polito administration, particularly DHCD, for making housing a top priority. It's no secret that we need to produce thousands of new housing units to ensure the continued economic success of Massachusetts.
I live alone in Massachusetts because my children and my wife, they're not here. My children, they live in LA, and my wife, she went there to see my children too. But I'm feeling so happy between you, and I want to say thank you to the company too for, I don't have to say too much because you can see the building.
For me, it's so important to pause during these times and remember and celebrate our rich history as a town, but also figure out a way not to live in the past as well. Figure out how to preserve the past while also boldly going into the future. And I think that's where conversations around affordable housing and historic preservation really come together.
And so POA purchased the property in 2013, and our goal was to preserve the affordability over the long term. We need as much affordable housing as we can in Framingham and in Massachusetts, so it's critical that we acquire these and make sure the residents can stay for as long as they want. Also, we're really excited to partner with BayPath Elder Services, which will provide resident service coordination and work directly with our management staff to ensure our residents are connected with a range of supportive services and community programs to focus on positive outcomes for our residents.
There are many pieces to this. You've talked about the federal bill, the tax bill, and these programs, and all of the collaborators and advocates all work in concert together, and without one of them, the whole thing kind of doesn't work to its full capacity. So certainly, as stated, the Congresswoman in her role on Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Subcommittee on Appropriations will continue to partner with you to advocate for the much-needed programs and investment in affordable housing. Thank you again for all of your work.
I was on the way here. I actually was listening to some people speaking about the need for quality, affordable housing, not only in Massachusetts, but across the country, that most housing units have been the higher end. We know those will take care of themselves, but we need to really make a concerted effort to ensure that people have quality, affordable housing at all levels, and especially in light of the way that housing prices are skyrocketing and affordable housing options are becoming increasingly limited.
Being a kid from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, I am born and raised in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and I also know what it's like to struggle and not know whether we can afford to pay the rent or pay the light bill and make those difficult decisions. And so for me, during this election, one of the things that has remained very important to me is to make sure that the people of Framingham can live and work in this community. I also have spent a lot of time over the last couple of weeks, particularly here in southern Framingham, as I have promised during this campaign, because if our people are not thriving in downtown, then we are, as a whole community, cannot thrive.